Hey, good day, beautiful people. We love this message finds each and every one of you in good spirits, and I'm not really sure who needs to hear this message, but here we go. I wanted to talk about control. Again, the topic for today is control. What I'm finding is that a lot of people want to have control over people, and they want to control things that they just don't have control over. Even in relationships, a lot of times I'm seeing most people want to control individuals as to how they show up, the things that they do, or who they think that they should be. At the end of the day, we are all individuals, and you don't have control on how people choose to show up. Either people will choose to do something better or to grow in a healthy way, or they will continue to perpetuate the same types of behaviors that they've been perpetuating. And on that note, when you're talking about being in a relationship, you get to make a decision on whether or not if that's something that you want to stay in. Another thing that I find to be interesting is that people have a perspective that, when you come into a relationship, that person that you're with is going to be the same. As individuals, we are constantly evolving, or we should be, and we are constantly changing. So that person that you may have met initially may have, some of the same core values and same qualities, but it does not mean that in terms of they're going to be the same as from the moment when you met them to the moment of current. We all evolve, we all change. Do we acknowledge it, of the fact that people do change on a constant based on the information that they're given and the experiences that they have within their lives, which leads to that change process? But we also have to acknowledge those that may be stagnant. And sometimes we can be stagnant because we're not open or we're not receptive to anything that is different or outside of our purview of expectations. But that doesn't stop people from growing and changing, whether it be your in a relationship, whether it be with friendships, whether it be with your kids. We're always constantly evolving. But the bigger question I normally have is, do we see it? Are we aware? Are we conscious of the fact that we as individuals are constantly changing? Right? There are different circumstances that present self to where we have no alternative but to change. There are certain situations where we begin to make a choice on whether or not we want to change. But as human beings, we should um, want to grow. We should want to challenge ourselves, especially when it comes to things that we can't control. Because at the end of the day, the world is going to continue with or without you in it. And a lot of these things, when it comes to dealing with what we have control over, it's just that we don't have control over it. On that note, choose to be better and do better in the world. One love.